Welcome to this, the first of our monthly guidance messages, and it's really nice to be doing this at the start of a new year. And hopefully you're already feeling that this is a bit of a happier and lighter new year. And if you're not feeling that, hopefully you will be feeling a bit more empowered and inspired by the end of this message. So this is a year really of community and leadership. It's a year of reclaiming our vision for our lives and empowering ourselves through reclaiming that vision. And it's a year for bringing all of us into this world, into this existence, into this life. And before I speak a bit more about all that, I just wanted to be clear about who is guiding me as I record this video. While Jesus is my main teacher and guide, friend and mentor, I also work with a group of other divine teachers, and that group includes Jesus, Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, Melchizedek, Maitreya, Buddha, the Holy Spirit, St. Joseph and Maurice, St. Germain, and a couple of others. And all those divine teachers together have described themselves to me as the guardians. So I just see them as my guardian family, and we all work together, guided by God, guided by the divine light. And I just wanted to say that if anybody is in need of help, support, healing, that any and all of those beautiful teachers and so many other divine teachers are there waiting to help. So just call on their help and they're with you in an instant. And I know that as a deep truth in my soul. And it's beautiful working together as a group, because these divine beings have shown me the power and the beauty of that, and how much more powerful it is to work as one whole together. And I suppose the way I think of it is that we're all this unique vibration, we're all this single beautiful note singing out into the universe. But when we come together with others, then we become this chord together, this musical chord. And together we just have much more beauty and depth and resonance. And then when all these other groups and communities come together, then it just becomes this beautiful symphony singing out to God. And I just think that's beautiful, and that's a lovely way to think of what it is we're trying to all create together in this world. So this is a year for community, of coming together. And I know many of us will have felt very isolated last year, possibly very alone, feeling that there's nobody else out there who understands our experiences and what we're going through. Well, that's all going to change this year. We are all going to find those other genuine like-minded souls to come together with us, to love and support us, to understand us. So it's time now to open your heart and open your eyes to these people, because I suspect many of us have been looking in the wrong place for this support. And it's important to remember what we want out of these genuine souls. That we want love and compassion, kindness, gentleness, understanding, non-judgment. And these are the people that we want to let into our lives. And it's not a time of putting up with anything less. If we do start to put up with anything less, we must remember that that is our old patterns, that we don't need to fall into those anymore. That it's time to step out of those. So open your eyes, open your heart, look around you for those other souls who are going to treat you with love, compassion, kindness, gentleness and respect and non-judgment. It's also a year for leadership, and if you're watching this video, you're definitely here to lead. So what does leading mean? Well, to me, leading means inspiring others with a vision. So it's you having a vision for your life. It's you walking that vision, and in your everyday being and presence, you inspire others. So it's okay to be gentle and quiet as you lead. All you need to do is be completely you, just showing another way of being in this world, another way of living. And to do that, to lead, you have to reclaim your own vision for your life. The first step to doing that is to stop listening to all the other voices in the world, to be quiet, to be still, and to turn inside yourself and listen only to your own beautiful voice. And when you turn inside yourself, you find all the wisdom and guidance and knowledge and truth you need. And I was just thinking this morning about the book, the Narnia Chronicles, and how those kids just find this magical land by walking through the wardrobe. We can all enter this own magical land within us just by entering into our own hearts. And when we do that and stop listening to the voices around us, we will just empower ourselves again. Because I know with the bigger global political changes going on, many of us feel disempowered, feel very confused about what's happening in the world. And we've forgotten how much power and strength we have, how much influence we have. And we show that influence by how we live in our own small sphere, by how we affect all the people around us, by what we are willing to accept or not accept anymore. So we do have this power, and by stopping, looking inside our hearts, returning to our souls, remembering our vision for ourselves, for this world, then we start to create that vision. And the last thing really we wanted to say was about bringing all of you into this life. And this became very clear to me last week. There's a beautiful towpath here in Belfast where I live, and I often go down there when I want to contemplate, when I want to heal, when I want a bit of peace. And there's this beautiful old tree that I go and stand beside. And I was just looking at this tree and I just saw myself, my whole being reflected in it. This tree is hundreds and hundreds of years old. It's got this beautiful thick trunk, these really deep roots, hundreds of branches, ivy growing up around the trunk. And when I looked at that tree, I just realised that me in this lifetime, that is just one branch in that tree. But that trunk and those deep roots, that is all of me. That is all of who I am, which is just coming out as one branch in this lifetime. The leaves come and go with the seasons, just as people and things and places in our life come and go. But when things go, they will come back again. And once we realise that seasonal flow, that ebb and flow, and accept it, then everything just becomes so much easier. The ivy growing around the trunk just made me think of all the things that try to pull me down in this life. And perhaps the things that we're all carrying from lifetime to lifetime that we need to let go of now. But the truth is that even though that ivy is there, that it's not affecting that deep trunk, that solid old trunk is there, cannot be harmed in any way. It may grow stronger if we let that ivy grow, but it's not really deeply affected in any way. So thinking of that, thinking of bringing that trunk, those roots into this existence, as well as this branch, this body that we see as ourselves, remembering that we are this bigger whole being that is rooted in eternity, that is rooted in God. Remembering that as who we truly are, bringing all of that with us into our everyday life will just change everything, will just empower us, will just help us to make the change that we want to make in the world, that is needed in the world, and that is inevitable in the world. And again, many of us don't feel that right now, but we are the change. Change was never affected by politicians. Change was always affected by the people. So it's us leading in our own lives, reclaiming our vision, setting up our own community, even if it's just one or two people at this stage. Remembering the truth of all that we are, bringing all of that into this life, into this existence, and living as that. That's how we would change the world. That's how we would change our own personal lives. And that's how we will start this brand new year in a new way, entering into a new life for us all. So thank you for listening and take care.